Hello, this is Ivo and I'm gonna let you see how you change the board on the instrument cluster speedometer. So of course you want to have the whole cluster dismantled so far that you have access to the back of the speedometer. Then take off the cover. You have the circuit board. Pop off these 4 little rubber washers. Save them for later because you'll need them. Now what you want to have is a good soldering iron, and best is to have a soldering tin sucking device, something like this. It's very simple. You push the button and by vacuum created in the pump, it sucks out the tin. If you don't have access to that, you'll need soldering or desoldering wire. Looks like this. It's copper. So for the small soldering joints, this works great. For the bigger ones, you want to really use the tin sucker because this will absorb so much tin in a few seconds. I'm gonna show you over here. So okay, so the 4, I'll point those out. There's actually 5 points. The bigger points, it's that one, this one, and 1, 2, 3 over here, that go to the driver for the needle that gives the readout for the speed, and the other 3 are for the mileage counter. So I'm going to show you with the little copper wire. You just lay it on there, apply heat, and it'll, you know, fill its copper wire with the tin. And I'm not sure if you can see it on the video, but it's already loose. But this will actually you'll use a lot of that copper wire. So with the sucking device, it's much easier. You'll just apply heat, and when it's liquid, you'll just hold it close, push the button, and most of it'll suck away. Usually I do it twice, and whatever is left I use the copper wire for. Also make sure you clean everything very well, because there will be some tin residue you know, wandering around, and you don't want to have that tin those tin pieces lying on your board, because it can create short circuits or, you know, wrong readouts. So all the tin is sucked away on those 5 little joints, and if you wiggle it a bit, sometimes you have to, you know, touch the feet a bit, the legs. I mean, there's one that's still a bit attached here. I'll just tip it, and there we go. And now you have the board off. If you want to improve things, replace those 2 capacitors, because they will go bad, and usually this one goes bad, and it'll make this resistor burn out. Worst case that I've seen is the whole cluster catching fire, and well, then you're in trouble. But the board is off. Now you can replace it with either a new one you bought from me, or you can do this yourself and make sure you put everything back together. So if you changed the capacitors and maybe the resistor, put it back. It should pop in again, and it does. And then you can resolder everything. What I also use before soldering is something like this. It's flux, which will help improve the flow. Okay, thanks, and I hope this helps.